Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a very special episode of Space Mother Truckas. With me, as always, I have Commander Justin 2012 of Get Some Gaming,
Yes,
and yeah, get some. And this is cool. This is actually gonna be the end of season one of Space Mother Truckas. This will be kind of the final episode of season one, and we'll be returning to Space Mother Truckas after Chapter 4 drops of Elite Dangerous. So this episode is gonna be cool. You know, you're gonna see a lot of the same of what you've seen before, where we're gonna be space trucking. We got a couple of missions for 23 mil a piece, which will be really nice. But we're gonna kind of take a lot of this episode to talk about. Just as kind of like a retrospective, we're going to kind of look back at the season. We're going to talk a little bit about the GSS, what it means to us, and yeah, just Elite as a game like we normally do, I guess. But Justin, I think you and I kind of know the drill. We're going to head to since it's Beryllium, yeah, Cartwright Terminal. So I'm going to get that punched in here. You ready to rock?
I'm dialed in, baby.
All right. I'm getting it punched in, and then I'm gonna log in, and I'm gonna launch. So.
All right. I'm off the pad. Docking couples released. Making my way out the slot. Landing gear up.
Copy that. Landing gear up. Do you have your wing beacon on?
I do not yet. Give me a second.
All right, no problem. Got eyes on you leaving the slot. You know, one cool thing I'd like to plug in here as well, for any of our viewers that maybe you have dual viewership with Twitch. Justin and I are actually going to go and make we're going to be making a run on Ghost Recon on Twitch. So, you know, if you're into milsim and you want to see the game played right, you know, come check us out over on Twitch, man. Same, we have the same tags. I'm KnightCommanderGaming, and Justin's Get Some Gaming. The only real thing that's different with Justin's spelling is that the E in his Get Some Gaming is a 3. But that's really the only difference with his tag. So. Yeah, I just thought I'd plug that in there for anybody that's a fan of our Spike Unit broadcasts as well. We're gonna be taking that over to Twitch, so come check us out.
All right, I'm in the system. Heading to Cartwright.
Beautiful. I am in which space?
Good old which space.
Mm-hmm.
That the what do you call it? The Chapter 4 beta should be coming to an end, I believe. If not this week, last week. But it's coming to an end pretty soon, so we're not far from Chapter 4. So this being the end of Season 1 and us not doing Space Mother Truckers for a little while, that little while is only going to really be like, what, 2 weeks or something?
Yeah,
like
a couple. It'll be like a couple weeks at the most. So you know, don't worry. It's not like Netflix where like they leave you on a freaking cliffhanger for like 6 months. You know. It's like, all
we'll
right.
be right back at it. You know, showing how to take advantage of Chapter 4.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And hopefully, you know, hopefully you get to see some good Thargoid action as the incursions are going to be happening. So we have already begun creating an anti-Xeno fleet, you know, for when the Thargoids do come to Akanora and try and invade. We're going to repel that like the badasses we are. So
damn straight.
You can be certain to catch that.
Yep. And so I'm gonna be keeping Space Mother Truckas on YouTube because that's where this series started. Though once again, I might I don't know, just depending on a couple of factors. I have a few things in the works right now, but I'm thinking I might do my like my bounty hunting and my combat streams over on Twitch as well.
Drop it in the cart, right?
Copy that. Just because I have not really established that as a series here on YouTube. So, like I said, you know, might be worth checking out if you want to see that. Like I said, I haven't really decided that so much yet, but that's my initial thought is to do those kind of broadcasts over on Twitch. So, let's see here. Cartwright Terminal. Docking request is green. Proceeding to landing pad 10.
Copy that. Coming in pad 02.
Alright. But, yeah, so, man, Season 1 of Space Mother Truckas. What to say? What to say? There's been a lot. Holy cow. You guys have... Those of you who've watched this series and have been following along with this series, you've really watched the GSS grow from its infancy, really, to it being a very much, I think, an established company. Smaller company.
Yeah, because I think we only had, like, maybe we were like in the 100 millions.
If that, yeah.
Started.
Like, yeah, like we were maybe 100 million.
No, we were, because when we came back, we came back
right.
from deep space, so we had 100 million at least.
That's true,
as
yes.
a base. We had 100, maybe 200 million at the most, but we weren't billionaires.
No, not even close. It was funny
So
because like
the company has definitely come, you know, full cycle, and it's only going to keep growing.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, and that's what's so cool too is that, you know, you've really watched Justin and I, and really everybody in Space Mother Truckas, you've watched us all grow huge from these. I mean, it was funny to think, like, a few months ago even, the concept of us being billionaires was kind of foreign to me. Like,
yeah,
it was,
didn't seem realistic.
It didn't seem realistic at the time, and then
No, not at all.
we did it. You know, it happened last episode, I think, or no, 2 episodes ago. Shoot, it was, I don't know, it was one of the last couple episodes, and we did it.
Not long ago.
Not long ago, but that's amazing. So yeah, it's really cool just to look back on where we started Space Mother Truckas to where we are now. Because it's just it's surreal in a lot of ways.
Well, I feel like, you know, the more I play this game, I'm starting to feel like your capabilities in this game are really limited and defined by you, your experience, and your knowledge. Honestly, because you know, I think the idea of a billion credits in this game seems a bit, you know, eccentric at first when you don't know how to make that kind of money. You know,
Right.
And I think it's also the same with ships, with anything, because honestly, I used to feel like it's gonna take me so long to get the credits to buy something crazy like an Anaconda, but when you know how to go about, you know, getting those credits, it's like, nah, I can get that quickly. And same thing, engineering. It may seem like, oh, it's gonna be song and a dance for me to have a ship engineered like some of these players on here, and
Yeah.
it really doesn't. It's all limited by how much you know about the game, you know, and how your skill level, honestly, because you can do a lot of things on this game easily if you know. I mean, because the Xeno stuff, the Dargoid stuff, like the Guardians, you know, I've never went and got any Guardian parts or anything like that. So initially, it's gonna seem like if I ever go do it, it's gonna seem like it's a task because I've never done it. I don't know how to do it. But once I've done it and I do know how to do it, it's gonna start to seem like, well, it's really not that bad. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, and not for nothing, but, you know, one thing that has been huge, and I think as I reflect on this season of Space Mother Truckas, the thing for me that's been really the greatest part of it for me has been the people that we work with and that we work alongside. Pops and Weasel and A-Ball and Black, and it's cool to have found a group of people, you know, and I grant you it's a small group, but it's cool to have found a group of people that are as passionate about space trucking as we are, and it's been really fun to watch them grow and help them develop a significant bank account themselves. They're not they're not quite into the billionaire status yet, but a couple of them are really stinking close. I think Weasel is at like 700 million or something like that.
Yeah, but not to mention, you got people like Black who, when he started with us, he literally started the game that day. He had nothing.
That's true.
You know, and within like a playthrough, he was probably upwards of close to 100 mil. You know, his first playthrough. So.
Absolutely. Come on.
I see you got a tail.
Yep. Come on. Come on. It's wanting me to test these new engineered shields out, but I am not in the mood. I just want to make my money. I just want to have a nice retrospective with my friend here. Can you just leave me alone? Come on.
He said just give him a few tons of cargo and he'll leave you alone.
Ah, there we go.
You know, have you ever tried that? I wonder if you actually jettison the cargo, would they leave you alone?
Yes, they do actually. I've done it once or twice.
Do they?
Yeah. But like they're very specific. They're like you have to read what they say, and a lot of times they don't give you really like enough time. You have to be on it to be able to do it. It's like, give me 18 tons of cargo. If you only drop 17, they're still gonna light you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to be real specific and you have to be real quick about it. So, okay.
Hey, the pirate on the GSS promo said you got 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, most of these guys are like, you have 10 seconds. I'm like, well, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, if you don't know, we have a promo vid out, which is more for like when the squadrons come with the new update, and it's just a GSS kind of promo vid. So you know, check it out.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. You know, like it if you like it.
Of course, yeah. That's actually over at KnightCommanderGaming. Though I did go ahead and I put it in my I believe it's my Elite Dangerous playlist on my my channel as well. So.
It's a cool little vid.
Yeah, it's you know, not gonna take up your whole life, so it's like a couple of minutes long, but it's worth a watch.
3 minutes or something. Like,
yeah,
it's not long at all.
It's worth a watch, I think. So, yeah, definitely feel free to go check that out. I think it's a cool little promo. You did a really nice job putting it together. So,
well, thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, coming in down on pad 09er.
Copy that. I'm dropping in at Bennett. There we go. Dropped in on Bennett Gateway.
Touchdown. Docking couplers locked.
Touchdown, 6 points. Alright, Alright, docking request is green. I'm proceeding to landing pad 25. But yeah, but to kind of get back to my original point of that, with all these people that really have made the GSS great, it's cool because a lot of them we've watched them grow and just develop as elite players, even not just necessarily space truckers, but players of Elite Dangerous, which is really cool. It's cool when you can watch somebody become better,
right?
And especially like Black Bear. He's awesome, man. He's one of my favorite guys to play with because he's humble, and he just knows, like, he knows that he doesn't know. If that makes sense, you know. And that, to me, that's actually really refreshing, because there's so many players that it's like, oh, I know this is my first day in the game, but I'm gonna act like I know everything, and it's like, well, no, like, it's okay if you don't know, just say you don't know, like. But it's so that's one thing I really respect about Black, and he's he's to a point now. Like, yeah, there's certain things he hasn't learned yet. Um, hell, there's certain things I probably haven't learned yet.
But in retrospect, the thing with it, and I tell people this all the time, is Black he's seasoned as far as flying his ship and playing the game a little bit. But as far as knowledge of the game, I mess with him and I make jokes a lot of times. But honestly, I don't expect you to know so much on this game because it's taken me a while to know everything I know about the game.
Oh yeah.
Like literally, it's taken me months to really get deep into this game. You know what I mean?
Well, and I again, I really respect that. Like he's taken the time to maybe, you know, to ask the question and maybe feel a little foolish asking the question, which is hard to do. I mean, as humans, we all have our pride, and you know, it's like sometimes to admit that you don't know something is, you know, you don't necessarily like it.
Not me. I just know. I don't.
Yeah. One of the things I don't respect about just kidding. No, but it's cool though. That's part of what really I think makes the GSS special, is that
you know that's
people...
I'm sorry, Kajor, just that's a key thing. If you're playing this game, the probably most forward thinking move you can make is to get other people to play with you and get them on the level with you, because one of the keys, honestly, to success here is that bringing other people in and getting them up to speed, so that now instead of us having to find a mission for 30 million, we have 4 people finding them.
Yep.
Which makes your money just skyrocket. Vice, if I don't really want to show you the methods, you know, I'm keeping it to myself. Now you can't really contribute. So honestly, getting other people to be on the same level as you, it honestly just helps, because now it's like, yeah, you might not have a mission for, you know, some crazy amount of credits, but someone else that you brought on with you might now. So it just makes it easier, you know?
Oh, it most certainly does. And it's... What's really cool to me is that we've developed a team that it's... you know, not for nothing, but it doesn't depend on just us anymore.
No, not at all.
It's like what's really cool is, like, let's just say, for example, Weasel, just as an example. This is like, I can say this about at least 3 or 4 other people that we work with in the GSS. But like Weasel doesn't have to be like, oh, you know, I wonder if Knight or Justin are going to be on. You know, he's getting missions for 30 million, and what's really cool is if he's down for some space trucking, he can put a message out to our GSS crew, and he can go, hey, I'm, you know, thinking about doing some space trucking, you know, who's in? And let's say you and I are both working. Maybe Pops and 8-Ball go, you know what, I want to get in on some space trucking. So those guys are making millions, and we don't even have to be there. And that's what's awesome. I mean, I like being there, obviously. I like money in this game. But that's awesome to me, that we've developed a group that can just be very self-sufficient and just do that.
You know, I'm gonna go off on a side note tangent here. Something that I just thought about. But you know, it's weird if you think about it to some degree. Games nowadays, a lot of them, they're actually jobs that you would want to do but can't do. Because theoretically, if you look at this game, what do? We hop on and we find work, and then we go do the work and get paid for it. And it's essentially a job. The kicker is it's a job we can't actually do because we don't have space stations and hyperdrives and spaceships like these. So, but essentially, when you think about it, that's all we're doing. We're playing this game with the idea of doing these jobs to get paid for them. I don't know, it's just kind of weird, like, thinking about it. It's like,
but that's what's cool
I
is
don't know.
I'm doing on that note, like that's what's cool, dude, is like, you know what? Like I would rather go to work with you or Weasel or Black Bear or anybody in the GSS than the people I currently work with, probably.
This is true. This is
You know,
very true.
honestly, like that's what's cool is like I'm going to work with like some of my best friends, which is cool. Um, I just get to and I just get to like goof off and just talk with some cool guys. So
Not definitely.
that's like the best part of it for me is like yeah, I'm like the Elite Dangerous can be a real grind sometimes. I'm not gonna like sugarcoat that. It really can.
It's fun, but yeah, that's the good point.
but if
It's
you
fun when you're doing it with other people.
when you have other people, it makes it like it's not a grind anymore. It's just like you're just kind of doing it, and it's like you're just talking with somebody with like the backdrop of a space video game. Yeah, look. So.
All right, I just grabbed another full load.
Copy.
I don't even really know how much we need. I just know I need to put some of yours.
Yeah.
I put 720 in mine.
Okay, yeah, and I was able to finish yours, and then I put 104 into mine.
Okay, well I picked up 720, so
Okay, so let
let me
me.
do some math real quick.
Yeah, 13.
All right, so 720, 1368 minus 104 minus 720. You'll need 544.
544, lovely. I can grab that.
And then that'll be it for the beryllium. Unless there's more beryllium to be got when we get back, but you know.
Probably. Usually when they need a medal, it's like they need a medal.
Alright, I see you coming in the slot, I'ma hold.
Please do. I like my ship.
Yep, swing it past you.
But yeah, that's one thing that's really cool is just yeah having these people with us. That's the critical component, I think. You know, yes, knowledge is important. You need to understand how to play the game and how to make money, and how to do a lot of these things, how to fly. But more critical and important than any of it, I think, is having a good group of
Good
people.
people to play with.
Good people to play with.
Hell
That's that is the secret sauce,
Dude,
if you will.
if you think about it, I propose this idea. Even back in PlayStation 1 days, before we had all this online play, it was cool to play single player games. I remember playing Metal Gear Solid to the damn disc broke.
Yep.
You know, I remember playing Ace Combat to the disc broke, Tomb Raider, and like all these. I remember playing to the disc pop. Yeah, they were cool. But the games I had the most fun with were games like, I don't know, Jet Moto and you know, just fucking two-player games where I would invite, you know, my friends or my cousins or someone over, and it was split screen, but we would play the game together. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was when it was the most fun. You know.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing now. Obviously, we don't need to sit side by side anymore, but it's essentially the same thing these days, though. Like, the games are way more fun when you get a group to play it with you.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And
An addiction.
Ah, lovely. I'm launching.
If he can, if it aligns back with my jump point, he's gonna be ghosted. And it's not going the way I want it to go. Hold on, here we go. Here we go. I'm about to toast him. Come on. Ah, you gotta be kidding me.
Do you have to submit over there?
Yeah. Don't worry, he's not gonna catch me. toasting them.
I love it.
Dumb heat sink, chaff and flares. Boosting away, shields are holding.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm gone.
Oh, nice. Did you just engineer those shields?
No. Not at all. That's why I don't have 752 though. I put a bigger shield on.
Ah.
That's why I only have 720 now. Alright. Targeting Bennett Gateway.
Okay. Copy that. I've gotta just get spun around. Drop him with my back turned to the station. So I gotta turn this big old space beast around. Ooh, I don't know. That might be the space word of the day right there. Ding 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 ding. Space beast. We'll keep thinking about it, but tentatively that will be the space word of the day is space beast. Uh-oh. No. No. Space brakes. Space brakes.
Loop of shame.
Yep. Yep. There we go. Alright. Well, that was good. I was so busy trying to avoid an interdiction that ended up having to loop around, so let's see here. But yeah, so I guess at this point I'd kind of like to talk a little bit about maybe just what the GSS has meant to you, because I mean that's what's really cool, is that I get to basically do this this final episode of season 1 with my co-host of the season. So and you're kind of you're the founder, I'd say, more than myself. I would be, I guess, the co-founder of GSS. So I'd love to just hear from you, Justin. What has the GSS Galactic Ship Service meant to you, man?
Well, the weird thing is, when I started playing Elite a long while back, I actually joined two squadrons, whatever you want to call them, before I ever got around to meeting you guys, and both were bad experiences.
Oh wow.
Partially because everyone has this idea of making this, squadron or whatever, but everyone wants to create this rank system and try and make it like it's a real, like, Navy or, Starfleet or something like that, and they come up with all these silly rules and stuff, and 9 times out of 10, not for nothing, most of the people doing this are like, 15, 20 years younger than me.
Yep.
So they have no idea what they're doing, and it usually turns into a big, gaggle fuck. So, excuse my language. But, yeah, and so I just decided, well, why don't I start my own thing? And then, I came up with Spark, which is like the parent company, and then GSS was like a subsidiary. And I thought, because I like doing the whole trading, space trucking thing. And the cool thing is, I linked up with you guys and we started doing it. And, I mean, it's not a big but I really just like the fact that the GSS it's profitable, it's progressive, it literally works the way I thought and hoped it would. So I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know, I started a pizzeria and it's turning into Pizza Hut,
In the best way possible, hopefully.
It's gonna be everywhere, you know what I mean? Slowly but surely it's gonna be a franchise or something. But
yeah.
No, yeah, I really like the direction it's been going and stuff like this. So it's been really cool, especially meeting like getting some of these goals knocked out and whatnot. So it's been like really cool.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Like, and for me, the GSS to me has really been yeah. I just kind of second what you're saying. Like I said, I'm kind of more of a co-founder. I offered some creative insight when it was being founded, but it's kind of cool just to watch something that you had any sort of creative influence on grow and take shape and become more than you thought it could be initially. So that's been really cool for me, and a lot of what it's meant to me has just been finding a good group of people, friends. I'll go so far as to call them my friends. And that's it's awesome to have people that you can rely on in any sort of faction or any sort of fashion, because regardless of whatever might be going on in my real life, in anything else, I can know that the GSS is here and that these people are here. So it's just cool. Like, even if it's not something that I'm like necessarily talking with you guys about stuff that's necessarily going on in my real life, it's just cool to have a group of people that I don't necessarily need to talk about that stuff. But I can have an outlet, I guess would be the right word, an outlet to just talk with some cool people and just not have to think about life for a while, I guess. So yeah, so the GSS and Space Mother Truckas has meant a lot to me, just having a good group of friends around. So it's been really cool, and I'm looking forward to doing next season. I'm curious to see more how after Chapter 4 drops, how space trucking will change, if it will at all.
Right.
That's gonna be really really neat. So I hope it won't change much, just because I really like the way that things run currently.
Well, I hope whatever the change is, that it's more.
Yeah.
It makes the gameplay funner. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I don't want to change things that makes it boring or makes it feel, like something I don't want to do now. Whatever it, if there is any changes, I hope that the changes make it more, immersive, more fun to, do so.
Absolutely. And I think in terms of exploration and whatnot, I think we'll definitely get that.
Yeah.
But they haven't really talked a whole lot about mission boards or anything like that, so I can only assume that they are not going to be.
Well, I know we got that one change that's coming where the board swapping thing won't be something that's going on anymore.
Well, they've already done that.
Remember? They did?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I thought that was with the update. I don't know.
No, you can't board flip anymore.
Well, I'm behind the times.
There's a first time for everything, man.
You hush.
Hey, if anything, that was a compliment, so. Well, let's see here. Boy, the only thing I've seen on the mission board at this point
I've got
is
nothing.
non-lethal weapons for 8 million.
Yeah, 8 million. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like doing that. Yeah, I'm above it. Yes.
Too good for it.
Yeah, I'm way too good for that. Like, don't you insult me.
Don't insult me. Yeah, I think the challenge where we're at right now is because I'm looking at a lot of these these things. So like Earth Defense Fleet is currently in pending states. We're on the verge of
That's
either
because of that Civil War and shit that was going on and stuff. I
yeah,
think it's
and
still was going
I think we're still trying to recover. There was because apparently, according to Weasel, apparently there was a lockdown for a day or two, and I think I just missed it because I wasn't necessarily on Elite at the time. But apparently there was a lockdown for a couple of days. Oh, and then we've also got a couple of them. Well, I guess a couple of them are in boom status, so I'm not really sure where all the missions are at. But
Well, the thing is,
we could cheese it and like I find one like a mining rush for Bromolite, and it's not like it's what we're normally used to, but it's I don't know. If we're doing those for 7-8 million a pop, that might not be bad. But realistically, I've already built back up my money after buying my my anti-Xeno ship. Um, we've been preparing, as we said earlier in the broadcast, for Thargoid incursion coming next after this next update. And to me, that just when I heard that that was going to be a thing, all I heard out of everything that Obsidian Ant said was incoming, prep for combat. So
yeah, pretty much.
I bought myself an Alliance Chieftain, outfitted it with AX multi-cannons, engineered the hell out of the shields, the thrusters, even the FSD, for God's sakes.
It's the hull that you want to concentrate on because Thargo's E3 shields.
Yeah, they will.
Business.
So that's what's been really on my mind is as much as I complain that there's nothing on the board sometimes, there'll really be nothing on the board if we don't repel a Thargoid incursion when it comes. But I think that the GSS will stand ready when it does come. I gave a very inspiring speech to the GSS. Basically, paced the battlements, yelled, and beat my chest, and it was glorious. So I think everybody is on the same page of building a weaponized ship capable of taking out some Thargoids when they do decide to show their ugly faces around here. And actually, speaking of that, maybe maybe since there's nothing on the board, I'll pop into the hangar and go ahead and pull that guy out. Let everybody see what we got here. You want to pull your Type 10 out, Justin, so we can show.
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Type 10 incoming.
Nice,
wow,
nice.
The value of this ship is 370 mil.
Ooh. Yeah, those Type 10s are not cheap. I'll tell you that much.
That's about what I spent outfitting it.
Yeah, that's just cool, man. I love that though. We're at a point now where we can just say, yeah, I dropped 300 million outfitting a ship, and I'm still a billionaire. Like, that's just cool. That's a little blurry. Don't like it. There we go. Oh my god, this camera needs some glasses. Oh, there we go. Just put my contact in. I'm good. Alright. So, introducing the AXV Siegebreaker. For all your anti-Thargoid incursion needs. Comes fully equipped with 3 AX multi-cannons, leather seats, and a Jumbo cup holder. Alright, where are you at?
I'm at the front. I see you. You're at the back.
Yeah, I think I see you way up there. I'm gonna do the slowest...
You're like the last pad.
I'm gonna do the slowest pan in on a ship of all time. This camera is... I don't know. It's equipped with, like... a bunch of gear apparently because it cannot move faster than a snail in January. So, all right, let's see here. I need like some epic music as I come in on this thing. You know what? I'll just make my own. Oh, sailor. Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, yeah. Don't do that.
Oh man. Oh yeah, okay, there it is. The good old Spark X. Yeah, she's glorious, my friend. She's looking like she's ready to kick some ass. Yeah, you're gonna be our anchor during the Thargoid fights. I'll tell you that much. Cause
So she's equipped with two AX multicans, two AX missile launchers, three AX flat guns. She has repair limpets in case anybody gets their ass handed to them a little bit. She has a 3,400 hull as of right now.
wow.
It's got to be engineered to be stronger. I've got 800 shields. Those have got to be engineered to be stronger. And it also has the anti-system shutdown for the Xenos. I don't know if anyone knows, but the Thargoids can turn your ship off. Or
Yeah.
it's got it's got a countermeasure for that, and it also has the scanner, so I can scan them, as well as having two anti-Thargoid fighter ships that I can deploy out of the hangar bay. So
Nice. Are those Guardian or are they just
no, I haven't gotten into the Guardian stuff yet. That's what
Oh,
one
that's
of the
right. You
things
said
I
that
think
earlier.
I might do. It's not the weapons I'm probably going to bother with. I just want to get the
The
fighters.
ship launched fighter, yeah.
Right. And that'll be it. She'll be good.
Yeah. Man, well she looks good, man. That is a deadly looking ship already. So I think the Thargoids are gonna have a hell of a time if they want to come knocking at Akanura Bennett Gateway. So
Yeah, we don't play that.
we don't play that. So yeah, I know that you're gonna be running a Type 10. I haven't heard so much on the builds for our fellow members of the GSS. I think that Weasel said something about maybe having his a chieftain, but I
know
can't.
I think he asked, and
Oh,
one of
that's
them
right.
asked. I recommended the chieftain, the python, or the what was the other one? Oh,
Anaconda.
Fertilance.
And you also said Anaconda.
Yeah, and I also said the Anaconda, of course, is also a good ship that you could. The Anaconda, honestly, is a ship. It's good for being like a secondary to me because it's big. It can carry a lot, and it can have you can make a crazy hull build,
Yes.
shield build on that,
Like holy
the
god.
Fertilance, the Chieftain, the Python, those are things that are gonna be way better for actually being a fighter because they can maneuver. This ship and the Anaconda is more maneuverable than me, but it's still it pales in comparisons to something like a Fertilance or a Chieftain. So I mean it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be cool. When we actually get into it to see how it goes, and you, ladies and gentlemen, will be there to see it firsthand to see how the GSS or Spark does when we actually get invaded. But we're prepping, so.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, there's other companies here in Nakanor. It's not just us.
It is not.
We're not even actually the parent faction of the system. There's someone else. I forget who it is, but yeah. But there's other factions and stuff here, and I'm sure they're prepping as well. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm not worried about Akanor at all.
Not really. And I think one thing that is one thing that's I'm really grateful for is that we have somebody like Obsidian Ant to tell us about these things. Because, dude, like, I could only imagine. I would have hate to have been blindsided by this because, I mean, up until this point, the Thargoids have been just kind of this backdrop. You really don't have to deal with them unless you want to. And it's funny because I actually said this a few broadcasts of Space Mother Truckas ago. I think it was like episode 6 or 7. And it's funny. I've said this to a few different people, and they didn't quite believe me. But I was like, I think it's going to come to a point where it's not going to be
You
a
don't have a
choice
choice.
it's not. You're not going to have a choice
Yep.
anymore. You're going to have to deal with them, or be destroyed. And a couple people went, I don't know. And I was like, all right, you just watch. And sure enough, not even a few months later, here we are. We're on the cusp of Thargoid incursion, and I'm curious to see. I for one like it. I like that the Thargoids are going to become a more active part of this this galaxy, because it was kind of like it felt very downplayed when the Thargoids came in. It
Right.
was like hey, there's only been humans. Um, let's uh, let's just throw some aliens in here. But then after they threw aliens in, everybody was kind of like, oh, that's nice, and then just kind of went about their business. Like,
Right.
you'll find some videos out there of people that that's like what they do, is they just deal with the Thargoids. But it was kind of interesting because on YouTube, Obsidian Ant had posted a poll, I guess, on what percentage of players deal with the Thargoids, or like or just their opinion and their feeling about it. And it was something crazy, like 78 or 80% of players were like, yeah, they're a nice backdrop, but I don't deal with Thargoids. And
Right.
it was like the other 20%, it was like I think like 12% of them like said that they dealt with Thargoids, and then there was like another 6, or no, another like 8% that were just like, they didn't even think it's a nice backdrop. They thought it was like the dumbest thing ever. So it was really interesting to see that poll. And then uh, I would be curious to see what would people be saying at this point if he was to post another poll like that, and how people are dealing with, or how people are prepping for an incursion. Um, so, oof, boy, sorry, I'm kind of breaking off here. I'm looking at the mission board again. Freaking Palladium, man. It's like, it's so tempting, and then you're like, no,
Boo.
because Palladium
Boo.
just sucks. Ooh, there is one for microcontrollers though, 21 mil. What do you
There's
think?
what?
There's a mission for microcontrollers, 21 million.
No. No.
Why?
God, no. Microcontrollers, dude. We're gonna have to go
Hold on. Let's source that. I
source
think
it.
you're I
Go
think
ahead and source it.
All right, hold on. I don't know. I don't recall them being that difficult to source. Let's see here. EDDB commodities. Where you at? Where you at? It's peanut butter jelly time. Well, while I'm sourcing this, is there anything that that you were wanting to talk about, Justin? Anything that maybe we haven't discussed in previous um, Space Mother Trucka episodes?
Um,
I mean, it can even be like
I
if you
don't.
have something coming up on the channel or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be elite rated or elite.
No, I mean the only. Oh, that's one thing. You know, there is something.
Hmm.
I'm glad you said something. So I think I may just be looking at planning another expedition
Really?
because I said that the only reason I would go back out into the black is if there was something worth going out in the black for.
Uh huh.
And so, uh, Obsidian Ant has made it notable that
Ah, I know
there's
where you're
going to be
going.
like these like space anomalies out in deep space.
Yeah. like the space clouds and the space
Right,
jellyfish.
and the right, and here's the thing though, you can actually look on because the map's gonna get updated to where you can look at it in sections, and in those sections it'll tell you, hey, there's rumored to be something here, or there's rumored to be this there, and so I'm feeling like I'm gonna look on the board when it comes out and see where there's been because it might be on a part of the map that normally goes. Like last time we went out to the left edge, I'm thinking maybe on the right edge there may be something that says, hey, out here there's room to be some new species or whatever, and
Sure.
I might just prep an expedition, see how that new crate does, and I might actually you know, go ahead out into the black again.
Cool. Well, on that note, I actually I went ahead and sourced it. The thing that you thought would be a total pain. There's plenty at Cary Terminal, so we're going.
Carry terminal, was that Ross?
Chi Orionis.
Chiorionis, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And microcontrollers?
That is correct. There are plenty.
Alright, whatever.
Oh, did you find it too?
Of course I did.
Of course you did. Alright. I am out the slot. Accept that mission. Alright. Making millions. Alright. Whoop. There we go.
Oh god.
What's wrong?
I'm in the Type 10.
Sorry about that.
Cockpit looks the same. I forgot that I was in the Type 10. I gotta fly out and come back in.
Oh man.
God.
Are you okay over there? You dying? What's...
I tried to be fast and I hit the spoiler.
Oh man. One day, I mean, I don't. One day, I hope they expand that slot. It's like we have this giant space station, but we have this tiny little slot to fit through. I mean, you can't make an excuse like, oh, they don't have the tech for that. I'm like, we got a GD station floating in space. You're telling me that that's the only thing we can afford is that stupid little mail slot? I don't think so. Then again, I complain, but it's part of, I think, what makes Elite Elite. Those silly little quirks like that.
Alright, I'm back inside. I'm about to land.
Okay. Lovely, I am on final approach to Cary Terminal. So, okay.
Meanwhile, I'm still changing my ship.
Alright. But yeah, no, that's actually a really interesting point that you're making. That okay, so like there's an expedition being planned, which I mean I kind of knew that already, but it sounds like you might be planning to go out a little further than originally intended.
Yeah, initially I was just gonna go out like a little, you know,
A few thousand maybe.
maybe 1,000, 2,000 light years, some small. But right now I'm thinking I might end up another 30, 40,000 light years out again.
Yeah, well, it was. I mean, I had a lot of fun last time we did it. It's really cool. It puts when you do that, it really puts things in perspective for you in Elite Dangerous. Because things that I used to think were far, like today, I took this Type 9 out to Elvira Martuk. She's a couple hundred light years away to get my shield generator engineered. And she, like I said, she's a couple hundred light years out, and for this Type 9, this big, heavy Type 9, it was 8 jumps. And I remember I just kind of had to reflect on it a little bit at the time. it was before we went on that expedition. Like I would have been like 8 jumps, my God, you know. And it was like I would have just kind of, I don't know, probably tried to find the lazy guy's way around it.
What you mean?
I would have tried to find the lazy guy's way around it, but after that, like, and you were used to doing, like, I was used to doing 100, 200, sometimes 300 jumps a day when we were out doing a deep space expedition.
Right.
And so it was just, it really puts that in perspective when you only do 8. I remember, like, when we were coming back from that expedition, and I got within 8 jumps of Akanura, I was so excited. Like, I felt so close to the station after being that far from civilization.
Right.
I mean, there's civilization out there. I mean, where we were, there was Colonia, but we were still 20,000 light years from Colonia. And that's what's cool too, is like I don't know if somebody would ever again, but I think that's neat if somebody ever finds themselves out in that sector where we were hanging out. They're gonna go out there and they're gonna be like, who in the hell is Justin 2012? Who in the hell is Silent Knight 8891? Like, what were these guys doing out here? Like, they're thinking they're gonna be the first out there.
It's definitely nice to have that mark. Honestly, I don't know. And like I said, with the Crate Phantom, depending on how it works out, you know, maybe that may be the ship I take on the expedition. I may just be taking the Crate Phantom.
Yeah,
So.
I think that'd be good, especially if you can get a better jump range than you were even getting with the Mark II.
Right.
Why not? You know, because that crate last time we went out did really, really well. Alright. Let's see here. Boy, I'm probably just missing it. 1 second here. Maybe not. A little further down, perhaps.
Alright, I'm coming in the carry terminal and final port.
Microcontrollers, there they are. They are way down there in technology. But they have 8,000 of them, so I think we'll be okay. Ooh. Alright, I am launching from carry terminal on my way back to Bennett.
Copy that, dropping in the carry terminal.
Alright. Ah, look who finally decided to accept the mission.
Gosh.
No, it's good just to know I have backup, you know. Alright. Coming out the slot. Turn and burn.
Eyes on you.
But yeah, today, you know, another thing I kind of wanted to talk about, it's not really necessarily Elite Dangerous related, but I think it's still pretty cool. Justin and I will be making our Twitch debut today, or at least, I don't know about Justin. I know I will be making my Twitch debut today, for sure. I've never broadcasted Twitch before, but I will be later on. We will be doing our Spike Unit broadcast. So, once again, if you're into Ghost Recon or any sort of milsim, I feel we play the game the way that it was really intended to be played, and I think it's fun to watch. So tune in.
Coming to pad 2-4.
Copy it back in Bennett Gateway. Diving towards Bennett. There we go.
Yeah, I'm behind the power curve today.
Well, I will take responsibility for that one because I did ask you to switch to your Type 10s so I could show it off.
Alright, grabbing the microcontrollers.
Copy that. On approach. Back to Bennett Gateway.
Technology, here we go.
Yeah, it's down the list a ways. I'm not used to having to go that far down a list to find something.
To the bottom?
Yeah. The only time I ever scroll to the bottom is if I know I need like weapons or armor or something like that. I always know that that's at the bottom.
Alright, and I'm off the pad and no.
Alright, that sounds like you're catching up. You're making good time. Hey, have you gotten any sort of message referencing... Oh, crap. 1 second.
An addiction? No.
Okay. Oh. Man. No, I haven't gotten any message like that. I will say I'm pretty proud of what I just did right there. I was about to come in on a very awkward angle, and if I missed the station, I was basically going to get an emergency stop. Damn near crash landing onto the planet that orbits Bennett. I managed to slow myself just enough and have a quick enough reaction time to get the safe disengage. It was pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. And I do. I do say so myself. Often.
Okay. I am coming into Akinor now. Targeting Bennett Gateway.
Copy that.
Vector is nominal.
Alright, I'm coming around final person Bennett Gateway.
Copy that. Just coming through the slot here, so it sounds like you're making some pretty good time.
I'm fly. I'm pilot.
Dude, I just watched that yesterday. Almost.
You watched it.
Yeah, I actually almost sent you a sent you an Independence Day meme. Came real close.
Independence Day is classic.
Oh man, so good. Dude, I'm having, Jesus, with Thargoid incursion coming, I'm feeling like, help me, Will Smith. Like.
Did you see the second one?
No, I haven't.
It was okay.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things about it.
It was okay. It wasn't better than the first. It wasn't the best movie ever. It was okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I've seen sequels to movies that I'm just like, this is trash.
But, sure.
But this one, it was okay.
Well, I mean,
it definitely won in the special effects department, obviously.
Oh yeah.
You know, our special effects today are way better. So the special effects department, it definitely won.
Yeah.
But story-wise and actors and stuff like that, it was okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that.
Submit docker request coming into pad 3 diner.
Oh, whoops, wrong thing. Man, what did I just say? Did I just say...
It's all about the angles in space, because right now, this looks incredible coming to the space station with the sun in the background.
Man, I forget what station I just said. I like which one I just came from. Holy cow.
Carry terminal.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you were paying attention.
Sure. Set it down on the pad.
Alright. Cool. And I put my my cargo into your mission.
Oh, look at you. Alright.
Oh yeah. That was close. But I'm pilot.
Okay, so we're at 1472 in mine, so we only need about 500 for mine, and then we gotta get yours cracking.
Yep.
Same amount, 1881. So
Yeah. Nope, I'm headed right back to pick up another full load.
that's what she said. I'm launching off.
Seeing as how it's the end of season 1 for Space Mother Truckers, I'll have to for once not roll my eyes on that one. I'll give you an eye roll reprieve for today.
I'm off the pad.
It's about damn time.
You hush your mouth.
All right. On approach to Carry Terminal. But you know, speaking of that, I wanted to take a second and really thank the people that have been supporting Space Mother Truckers. It's not necessarily the most viewed thing on YouTube, but it has a nice little following, and so to those of you who've been keeping up with it and watching it and paying attention. Thank you. It's really cool. All the support I can get for this is just wonderful, really. Because it's a show that I really care about, and I'm really looking forward to continuing it and watching it grow. Especially, man, that's one thing that's kind of interesting to talk about. Is that the show actually itself has evolved. At first, it was really about space trucking, and that was kind of like all you really heard us talking about in this game. But it's kind of grown into something different, which is cool. It's grown into kind of like a
talk show,
like a talk show with the backdrop of space, of space trucking. It really is, and that's what's. And I actually really like that. I think that's more interesting to see and I guess listen to more than anything. I think that's a lot more interesting. So it's been kind of cool. As the show has progressed, I've kind of found my way and found my stride with it a little bit. And I know Justin, you've been running your own show. I think it's just simply titled
just called Space Trucking.
Yeah, Space Trucking, and you usually broadcast right alongside with me. So it's really cool because you can kind of get a different perspective on everything that I'm doing, but it's just from a different ship's perspective. But it's cool too because we have different. What was I saying here?
Setups and styles and stuff.
Yeah, we just have different styles, which is really cool. So.
No, yeah, definitely. It's always cool to see another perspective of what's going on as far
absolutely.
as.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Commander Glenell, I think is if I pronounced that correctly. Thanks for tuning in. It's a cool it's a cool series, and I have the full series on my YouTube channel, so you can kind of go and watch really our start from the infancy of this show all the way to where it is now, and it's that's kind of what we're discussing at the moment. It's funny how it's evolved and changed and just become something different, but also something better at the same time. I feel.
It's because we're rich now.
It's because we're rich now, and I thought
Everything
that's
changes when you become rich.
that's true. But I will say that it's that is an interesting point that you make. That making money part of it does really help, because then you can kind of start being a little more. I don't like the word reckless, but you kind of can. Like I started.
Oh, I'm reckless.
I started doing things that I wouldn't normally have done when I was just a little guy
like
sitting
spend
back.
500 million or something.
Right.
Don't think twice.
Don't even look twice at it. Yeah, there's stuff like that, but no, but I mean, just even in terms of like I was started doing other broadcasts. I started doing like bounty hunting and things like that
Right.
because before it was like, oh man, bounty hunting. For me anyways, maybe I'm just not doing it right. It's not the most lucrative thing in the world. A lot of times I probably end up spending more money than I'm making just in repairs and refitting and whatnot. But I have a lot of fun doing it, so it's like at this point the money is not an issue. I can just kind of go like,
I don't know. I make a pretty penny.
yeah, I mean it's not like I do bad, but it's like I think if I was to do the math, I come pretty close to breaking even, if anything. Just if I really like add up the repairs and all that, because a lot of the ships that I run are very very heavily engineered. So if I go into a fight and if I just go into a fight and I'm getting my butt kicked. Which doesn't happen often, but if maybe I decide I want to try and 1v1 an anaconda with my Fertilance, not the smartest move, but it's, so maybe I win, but I take a lot of damage. Well, repairing hull reinforcements and module reinforcements is not cheap. So, and the chances are pretty good I burned, like, all my ammo fighting that thing, so... It's not cheap.
I guess.
But,
I don't know. At this point, I kind of stopped looking at price.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's what's cool, is I kind of I started doing the same thing in that it's...
I just pay for stuff. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's what's cool, is we're to that point now where we can just look at it and it's like I don't really care. I mean, I could lose, or you know what? I could lose the fight. I could lose the fight and lose a 300 million credit ship right now, like right this second, and I would be just fine. Like, I'm not even kind of low on money. Like,
yeah, funny thing is, I remember a time where when you played, and that's what your word was, losing your ship, because you didn't have the most credits in the world to pay for things, so...
Oh, man, yeah, that's...
you played, and it was just kind of like, I don't want to lose my ship. Now it's just kind of like, whatever, if I lose it, I'll just get another one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really cool. I love that. And that's I think for me that's been a big part of the GSS for me, is I'm there now, and I wanted to help other. I kind of wanted to turn around and extend my hand and help other commanders do the same thing, and just get to that point where, because that honestly that sucks when you play this game. That's when it really becomes a grind, and you start going like, oh man, I don't know if I can afford the rebuy on this ship, so you're not doing the thing that you really want to be doing, which is maybe bounty hunting or whatever it is. So maybe you're not doing it just because you're worried about losing your ship and then not being able to afford the rebuy. And that's kind of where I wanted to help people out with working with the GSS and kind of helping mentor people. Wow, this guy is... Ugh. Come on.
Yeah, I see you guys having a good time back there.
Wow. There we go. Come on.
You alright back there?
Yep, I'm good. I'm good. Wow. That was a little dicey there for a second, but we're good. We're good. He was really on me on that one. That at first the freaking.
No, go ahead.
At first the escape vector was like it was moving all over the screen. I'm going, oh my god, like what? How am I gonna get out of this one?
I'm just gonna say, the actual name of the squadron when squadrons come out is not going to be GSS. It's going to be, the squadron is going to be called Spark.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
And because everything else is like a subsidiary, like company of Spark, so GSS falls under Spark, and so is the ISEU, the Intergalactic Space Exploration Unit, where we do the expeditions.
Yeah.
That's also, a part of Spark, as well as the Hellhounds, which is what I call the fighter unit, the fighter squadron or whatever. It's they're all a part of Spark.
Right. So that would make more sense, and I think that's what's cool within the squadron. I think within the squadron it'll be cool because we can kind of have different different people fulfilling different roles. You know, we can have our GSS members that are primarily space trucking. We can have our people that are, doing space exploration. Not that anybody like has to be confined to a specific role, but it's kind of cool because we can just everybody falls underneath Spark, the Spark banner, And Commander Glenell, no, I do not have any Guardian modules installed. Primarily just because I haven't really dealt a whole lot with Guardian stuff myself. A lot of my experience.
Also, we're trucking, so.
Right, we're trucking at the moment, so that's that's definitely a part of it. But no, it's I don't have any Guardian modules, and a lot of it is just to my one ship that I use for fighting Thargoids, my Thargoid killing vessel. I was showing it earlier. It's the Siegebreaker, and it's got 3 AX multi-cannons, some really good hull reinforcements, military grade armor, and I found that when I've been kind of doing comparisons in terms of damage and things like that to like the Guardian weaponry and whatnot, I'm not finding myself necessarily like blown away by the difference in damage output. The only thing that for me that really shines with the Guardian stuff is it is kind of cool that it can damage. Well, that, but more that like Guardian stuff can damage both regular ships and Thargoid ships, and that is pretty cool. But for me,
AX weapons don't do jack shit to players, or just other regular ships. They only hurt Thargoids. So.
Right, for me, it's just it makes more sense for me to just have bought a ship specifically designed for fighting Thargoids, and having AX weaponry is good enough. When I fought Thargoids in the past, I've held my own pretty well in that regard. So, oh boy, I think I'm gonna have to take the modified embedded firmware. I've been trying to take that's one thing I've been trying to do is take I've been trying to take the engineering stuff, because man, especially on these big wing missions, they offer some really nice rare components for.
Yes, definitely, because I need to go do some engineering, and the more engineering trade pieces, hardware and stuff that I have, the easier it's going to be just to get there, get what I need done. The biggest pain in the ass that you can have, and I'm sure anyone that's done engineering, the biggest headache you can have is to get somewhere and you find out you need more resources. So now
Oh.
you got to go find
Yes.
resources or trade the trade broker for resources. And sometimes you don't have enough enough resources to trade to get the resources you need. So it just becomes a big task, and you kind of don't even want to do it anymore. So
Right.
if you can roll up and go, hey, I want to, I don't know, engineer my FSD all the way up. If you can show up and just get it done in that one try, it just feels great. Vice getting there and find out, oh, I gotta get this, I gotta get that.
Right.
You know, I only have 2 of these, so it's only gonna be enough for the first upgrade. Like, you know, it's a pain in the ass. So,
Yeah. Hey, wait one here. Do you have microcontrollers to put into this mission, or are they?
yes, I'm going to get some right now so I can drop off to you.
Oh, I see. I see.
I
So
dropped off, I think, like 100 for yours,
okay.
and I see you dropped yours, and so I just gotta get the remainder.
Will you be able to get? Oh, it's gonna be tight. You think you'll be able to?
Nope. 1063.
Oh no, because you do 720. I'm thinking you run
Yeah,
752.
I'm gonna be short.
Okay. Well,
So
in that case, I'm gonna hop in my Python
you
because
can
I don't
hop in the
really.
Python.
I was gonna say
There
I
you
don't
go.
really need to. I don't really need to be in this giant Type 9
Yep.
to get that. So.
I'll grab the 720. You can grab the remainder. Was it like 100 or something like that, or just shy of 100? Like
Oh
80
yeah,
something?
I'll have to do the math real quick, but
Found no purse to carry. No, yeah. That definitely that goes back to they still need to put that medium-sized trader in here. Stop playing.
yeah. Yep, with something we've discussed several times, it'd be nice if they had a
I'm
mid-range
still waiting on
freighter.
a medium-sized freighter that can carry about 400 pieces.
Yep, that would be amazing, because right now it's like, oh, here, you can drive this Type 7, you know, carry a little bit more than what a Python can, and you're like literally double the size. Little silly.
All right, coming in the carry terminal, pad 32.
Copy, I'm launching in the Python. ASV Infinity Knight, en route.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Access corridor is clear.
Well, let's see if I can beat this guy out the slot. It's gonna be close. Woo! Alright. On approach to Chi Orionis. Breaking mass lock.
Frameshift drive
Mass lock broken. FSD engaged. But, yeah, so, and I think once we complete this, mission for microcontrollers, I'm gonna have to call it good on the Space Mother Truckas for Season 1. But as I said before, it's not goodbye for long. It's gonna be only a couple of weeks until we have the Chapter 4 update, and I'll be broadcasting it again. But it's man, it's just been a good season, man. I feel like I've said that like 6,000 times during this broadcast, but it really has. It's been cool to watch this show develop and change, and it's kind of cool. We've actually had people come to us to come to the GSS through Space Mother Truckas. They saw an episode and they wanted to come truck with us, which was really cool. That some of our friends are now people that were former viewers of the show. That's pretty neat if you ask me.
Yeah, very.
Pops, man, for one.
Oh yeah, Pops.
Yeah, Pops was the one who Pops for sure, and then I feel like
8 Ball
Eight Ball
was
was in.
also.
Yeah, I think Eight Ball was
He
also
also
a viewer.
watched.
Yeah, I think he might have watched your show, but
Yeah, he came from my stream.
yeah, which
Either way, I mean, still.
it's still cool, man. I mean, that's awesome, and that's another point I would like to make about the GSS is that, and I've said it I think last broadcast as well, but we're really willing to give anybody a shot if they want to, if they want to come work with us. We can't promise that you'll be able to run with us permanent. There is definitely an application process that we run, which is basically the equivalent of you messaging myself or Justin and saying, "Hey, I'd like to come truck with you guys." That's basically your application. The real, I guess, process though would just be you coming and trucking with us, and we seeing if we mesh. That is really what it would be. And if we mesh, then it's like, hey, welcome to the GSS. That's pretty much how it goes. So,
Yeah, pretty much.
and it's, we're not really. I don't feel we're real strict about it. We just have a couple of big asks that, especially if you're new to the game, that you just be humble, understand that you don't know what you don't know, and be willing to learn. That was what's cool. We talked about him earlier, but Black Bear, who usually trucks with us, man, his first day in Elite Dangerous, he started with a Sidewinder. That day, we had him in a Type 7, and he was a multi-millionaire, like in the hundreds of millions. His first day. And I mean, in his Sidewinder, I think you can imagine he wasn't pulling a whole lot of weight. He
didn't pull anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can imagine he wasn't necessarily contributing, but I also, that was something that I didn't really care either. It was like, because I was wanting to help him out and get him going, so that he didn't have to deal with the same grind necessarily that you and I did.
Struggle.
Yeah, because there was a definite struggle with getting to this point where we are now. And to be fair, I mean, when we started this game, wing missions weren't a thing.
Right.
Now that wing missions are a thing, it's actually
and the credit system has definitely progressed, because when we started, it was rare to make $1 million.
Yeah.
On a mission.
Oh, I remember feeling so stinking cool the first time I made $1 million.
The only way in the beginning that you really made millions was through a community goal.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So, pardon me, I'm going to go quiet for a second here. I got to do a little math, make sure I pick up the right amount. So 1880 minus 1,063, and then subtract.
I got 720. I'm about to drop
720. That leaves me 97. Okay. Whoops. 97. 97 in the cargo hold. Punching back up Bennett Gateway.
I'm coming in Bennett Gateway right now. Pad 39er.
Copy that. Bennett Gateway punched up. Launching.
Docking clamps retracted. Observe station regulations on exit.
But yeah, I think it's going to be really neat. I'm curious to see when we can get squadrons. If that's only gonna just affect that, okay, you have this like squadron now, but your wing is still limited to 4, or I'm wondering if...
I think the wing is still going to be limited, but it's going to automatically show people attached to your squadron, people that are attached, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna like sort of how, like, you know how you go into bounty hunt and we automatically can see that, like, the the system authority is friendly because they're green. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we
Yeah.
automatically know.
Well,
I think it's gonna be sort of like that. Like, we automatically know people that are in our squadron. Like, they just kind of appear, even if they're not on.
I don't know. For
We
some reason,
automatically
I
choose.
for some reason I thought I had heard at some point that they were gonna up it to 6, but I don't know.
Nah, that was just you wishing.
It could be. But then again, you
that was
also
hopeful thinking.
then again you also told me that microcontrollers were hard to source, so I don't know what to
You know
believe
what?
anymore. The salt is real on Space Mother Truckas. The
Whatever.
salt is real. Alright, on approach to Bennett Gateway. Holy cow, it's crazy. It's so much faster. Being in the Python. So much faster.
Alright, boom. I turned in mine, so just waiting on you, Slowpoke.
Yeah, as I just said, that I'm much faster and on final approach to Bennett Gateway. You jerk.
So slow.
Oh boy.
Oh, I got bounty vouchers. Oh, look at that. Redeem.
Good man. Yeah, I just turned in some bounties earlier today as well.
Let's see. I'm still just a master in combat.
Oh, I'm just a master. I need more bounties.
My trade rank is elite.
Mm-hmm.
Explorer rank is pioneer because they don't want to let me be great and just get elite, but that'll happen when we do the next expedition.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty sure I'll get elite.
I know. I feel
come
like
back from that one.
I feel like we should be elite explorers. My God, man, we went 40,000 light years out, and not just
We
like
were pioneer when we went though.
yeah. I mean, not
Like,
but
we
like
were
not
already
just
pioneer.
like not just. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like not just once. We haven't done that just once. Like we've done that at least 2 or 3 times, going out 40,000 light years from the bubble. And it's just, it's like I don't know, man. I don't know what else I gotta do. To elite just does not want to give me that elite explorer rank.
No, they don't want us to be great.
Man, I sat at 98% Pathfinder forever. I don't know what was going on there. And then something happened and I finally broke through the barrier of that one. Wow. So it's like, I'm not even kidding, months. I sat at Pathfinder 98% for months. But, whatever. It's all good. It's all good.
It's gonna be okay, man.
It's all gonna be good. Alright, Infinity Knight coming through the slot. Coming soon to a Bennett Gateway near you. Not coming through the slot yet. I'm just kidding, I lied. Definitely approaching the slot, that's for sure. But yeah, as I said, this will be the end of season 1 for Space Mother Truckas, and then season 2 will begin once chapter 4 has dropped, and we've got our squadron established and everything. So it'll be goodbye, but not for too long. Maybe a couple of weeks, because I know that they're running up on the very end of the beta if the beta hasn't ended already.
Oh, you landed way at the back.
Yep, it says back of the station, homie.
Alright, you're on station.
I'm here, going to drop
Contact. Ship secured.
my remaining cargo. Let's see here. We'll get a nice shot of an ending balance as well.
Yeah, I'm still a billionaire.
Yep. No.
You're shy of one.
No.
How did you not account for 1?
Oh, what the? Where did I go wrong here? 1881. minus 1063 minus.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh my god. Well, so looks like I'm gonna be going back for one, but I'm going to get spun around here and give a little sign off on Space Mother Truckas. So, this is perfect actually. I wouldn't have the season 1 end any other way.
The one.
I wouldn't have it end any other way, honestly. I mean, it wouldn't be Space Mother Truckas if I didn't screw up the math.
If you weren't short one.
If I weren't short one.
One.
Mother trucker.
That's where you just start asking other ships coming in. Hey, you guys got one microcontroller?
Just by chance. Oh man.
Just need one. You know.
All right. Well, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great season of Space Mother Truckas. Thank you all for watching and your support. And like I said, won't be goodbye for long. We will see you after Chapter 4. This is Commander Silent Knight 8891 with my partner Justin 2012 signing off.
Later.